Yo, 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 what up, what up? What's good, my people? What is good? Welcome back, friends of the program, season 2, episode 18. Yo, before we get started with my guest, just want to bring this up real quick. You guys know the Ayo Ness girl, right? She is doing a walk. She's visually impaired, as some of you guys know, and that's why we call her Blinky. But she's doing this walk down in LA on October 26th. You guys can support by being there. You guys can also support by purchasing a shirt from her. One of the kids from a brand called Never Sleep, they designed it. But yeah, hit her up. It's Unhooked by Blinky on Instagram, right? I think.
Yeah.
Unhooked, yeah.
Unhooked by Blinky, yeah.
And hit her up and then just support. It's a good cause. You guys want to join the walk, hit her up, man, and meet us down there.
When's the walk?
On October 26th at 9 a.m., 9 o'clock in the morning. Yo, let's get to it, man. My guest today, probably one of the top 3, and I don't even want to say customers because he's like my brother. I talk to him every single day. But every time he creates a program, every time he does something, he always needs a logo. And if you guys can see the logos on the background here, I created all these logos for him. But he's top 3 for sure. Seems like every week he's coming to me with something. I owe him some art right now, and I felt kind of bad because I've been owing him this art for a minute. And I promised I was gonna have it done by today, but I don't. But he's, good dude, man. Motivational speaker. He works a lot with the youth. My boy Bryan Stevens, man, better known as Coach B.
Yes, sir.
Man, thank you. And yo, second week in a row. My man's sitting down right now, but he's 6'11". Last week, my man AD was 6'5". I'm 5'11". So it's like second week in a row where it's like, damn, these dudes are way taller than me. But anyways, man, hey, thank you for making it to the show, man. I appreciate you, dog. Yeah. I know you, it was a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was worth it. It's going to be worth it. I know it's worth it, so that's all that matters.
Oh, man, I love seeing – that's one thing, man. Like, when I create artwork for people, man, I like seeing it out. Yeah. I like seeing it put to good use. Yeah. A lot of times I create art and then I never see it. Oh. And it's like, damn. But with you, man, as you can see, like there's all kinds of you do stickers, you do patches, you do apparel. Yeah. You do all kinds of stuff, man. So it's always dope for me to see my work out there.
Well, you say it's an investment. Art is an investment.
Right. Yeah, man, it is. And a lot of people don't think about it that way. They're paying $100, $200, $500 for some art, and they're not doing anything with it. Yeah. But you for sure, man. You for sure are. So yo, let's get to it, man. It's the first time we meet. Yeah. It seems like we've been chopping it up for a few years.
Yeah, I'm damn near 3.
Right. And it's crazy. You from like the Palm Springs area?
Yeah.
Right?
Came out from the Palm Springs area. Okay. Originally from Dallas, but came out from.
Okay. Were you born in Dallas?
Born in California, but raised in Dallas, Fort Worth area.
And how did you end up in that desert, man? How did you end up in Palm Springs? Yeah, that's a crazy community. It's like, man, it's like you want to retire, and then it's just a crazy little community over there.
It's definitely different. It's definitely different. So, long story long, came to college. California. Okay. Then started working with Riverside County Probation for many moons, many calendars. Then had the opportunity to get into with the school district in Palm Springs Unified School District, and just posted up there and been rocking.
How long you been out there, man? Because it get like today it was probably like 120 out there.
It's disrespectful heat,
right?
It is.
I know. We've been out there a few times, like on vacation. Yeah. A little weekend vacation getaway. And you're like, what are you doing out here, man? It's like 120. Yeah. But damn, how do you deal with that?
stay inside, stay inside, and go to the places that got AC.
AC.
But what's crazy is when it's 100 degrees before 8 a.m. And so for like the sports, like right now it's real heavy. They got those like weather protector sticks, and so like for the football teams out there in
I
the
never heard of
desert,
that. What is it?
It's some machine that tests the air quality.
Oh, okay.
And so once that buzzer goes out, it sounds like a air horn. Once that buzzer goes off,
they got to stop
football and flag football for the young ladies and everything. They got to shut it down.
Oh, damn.
And and what's crazy is like, well, hell, some of them are starting practices at 7 in the morning. So it's only going to get hotter as the day goes on. And so the cross countries and the outdoor sports, unfortunately, had to shut stuff down.
That's the first time I hear that. I never heard of that. I think we need some of that here too, because it does get hot up here. You know, but it doesn't get that hot.
Right.
You know,
I feel like we're creeping there though.
huh?
I feel like we're creeping up to.
Oh
their
yeah.
numbers. Over the last couple of years.
Hey,
we've been
there's
creeping up to
times
their
when
numbers.
we leave the AV and it's hot, and we go down there and it's hot and it feels the same.
Right.
So it's like, I know it's probably a good 7-8 degrees hotter down there.
Right.
But it's still, it's like after 100, I think it's just, it's like the same thing.
Yeah,
You know
but
what
then
I mean?
when it kicks above 115, then that's a whole nother.
It's a whole nother,
disrespect.
yeah, man.
Hey, I heard somebody told me, I had a friend that moved out one time, and I was like, dude, how do you do this? And they said your body temperature gets used to it. Is that true?
They lied to you.
They lied.
It's just different. I used to do cross country, and so my rule with cross country, I always told them they were the best athletes on campus due to the fact that they found pleasure in other people's punishment. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You running 5 miles a day, but my rule was if it was over 110, we weren't running.
Right.
But you think that like 110? Who doing 110, 5 miles in 110
That's
degrees?
crazy.
But those kids are like, yeah, we're gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Okay, so how long you been out there?
I've been in that area about 15 years
Okay.
or so now.
So as a kid, you grew up in Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay, how was that? How was growing up in Dallas?
It's actually where DFW Airport is it's a town called Euless, right in the Metroplex. Super multicultural, diverse due to the airport. So the Polynesians, Tongans, Samoans, Thai, Laotians, Hispanic, black, white, everything. It was super dope. Matter of fact, my old high school, Trinity High School, they were voted like the most diverse high school in the state of Texas for many years. And so when it comes to vibing with different cultures and everything, you know, we talk about cultures and stuff.
Right.
Everybody was the same. Half of us didn't even know we were quote unquote low income or poor. Everybody was on free and reduced lunch, damn near, you know. But we bonded on music, food, and just, you know, sports and things like that. So growing up,
Man, hey, yeah, it's always good, man. Like when you have communities like that,
yeah,
where it's like a pot of gumbo of just different people,
Everybody.
man, and everybody just gets along.
Yeah.
Like you don't see any different
no,
in the next person, you know.
yeah,
So I really want to get into what you do.
okay,
You know, as a kid, you know, because I know you help the youth,
Yeah.
right? You're real big with that. At what age were you where you felt like you had it in you, you know, that, man, this is something that I want to pursue. Like, this is something I want to do.
trial and error, but it really started like elementary, third and fourth grade, fighting.
Okay.
fighting all the time, and not because I was on some tough guy stuff, but protecting others. In sixth grade, I was 6 foot 6'1".
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm a lefty, and you know, back then in the 1900s, they had the little croissant shaped desk, and
Yeah.
so
right.
and they were always for the right-handed people. Then they had the little basket at the bottom. Well, I couldn't fit. Plus, I'm a lefty, so they put me in the handicap desk for the wheelchair kids because it was able to. So I had like the table and whatnot. But just protecting others and seeing how folks would try to talk crazy. And we used to get bussed from our apartment complex to another school, and a lot of times the middle school kids would try to punk us because everybody always wanted that one seat in the back, right? There was just that one single seat. And so people try and get crazy, and it was like, nah, leave him alone. And like, who you think you talking to? So it was fighting older kids. Quick story. I remember one time a parent came, knocked on the door, tell my mom, hey, your son beat up my son. And so my mom looked at the kids like, well, what grade is your son in? Like, oh, he's in 7th grade. Well, he's in 3rd grade. So that lady looked at her son and was like, oh, yeah, let's get up off our patio, you know.
Yeah.
So just trying to be the protector of those that I care about, and how can I help them, and being who I needed, which is real big.
Did it feel crazy, man? Like growing up, you always be. I think I just saw you. You just posted a picture. You hooped, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was like, I don't know if it was like your 6th grade. I don't know what it was, but you're like damn near 2 feet taller than all these kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, was it weird for you though? Like being that tall and like everybody else is, you know, because sometimes you, like even me, like watching these videos on like on IG or TikTok where these hoopers are like in the 6th grade and they're already 6'5", 6'7".
Yeah.
The rest of the kids are, you know, whatever. Like
it was different, but fortunately for me, it was a gift and a curse, to be honest, because people always expected more of me. Grew up an only child, so, you know, was man of the house, quote unquote, the man of the house at 6. Mom's worked 3 jobs: graveyard shift at the airport, then the 9 to 5 at the gift shop at the airport, then selling Amway and Avon and stuff, right? Yeah. Just making a way for us. So having that responsibility, being a latchkey kid, hey, don't have nobody at the house when I'm not there. And so being, quote unquote, the grown man. Now, when it came to the clothes and the gear, I had all the hand-me-downs from the uncles and, and from the homies and stuff like
totally
that.
different styles too.
Yeah,
man.
all bad.
You trying to rock this, and they're over here handing you some shit
Bugle Boy. Yeah.
Right. How old are you?
I'm 45.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you know about Bugle Boy, man,
Yeah,
and Miller's Outpost.
Yeah, I wanted, and I'm big, so I had to wear the husky jeans. Somebody went in the Walmart, you know, and so, so it was all bad. Yeah, man.
Damn. So and then like growing up too. So when did you say, you know what, let me try? Because I know you, like, you know, you're booked. Yeah. You fly out places. You do events. You talk to people. Yeah. You motivate them. When did it happen for you? Like when was that first time that someone said, hey, I need you to speak here, or how did that happen?
Well, working with the probation department. Probably working with the probation department was like really like the aha moment. I had some dope staff members who let me do my thing, because they would give what they call bench. So you would give like your expectations prior to the shift starting. And since I was a new booty, I had to work shift 3, which was the 3 to 11 shift. All the veteran staff, they would work the morning shifts. You know, they want to go home. They do the 6 to 2, 7 to 3 and stuff. So they would give the expectations. And so you're looking at 55 plus minors, young men, sitting on the bench, posted up, hands in their lap, shoulders back. And a lot of times them fights would pop off, right? Because you came back from court. You done got some bad news from your jefita, you know what I mean, or whatever, the homies and whatever. So realizing like, dang, how can I make this better? Because I don't want no fights on my shift. I ain't trying to put my hands on no kids. I'm big. Paperwork sucked. So just talking to them and making them laugh, cracking jokes, to the point where the staff trusted me. Oh, okay, cool. He can do it. He can run a group by himself. And so then they started giving me the staff who wasn't that experienced. And now, you know, a lot of people think, oh, it's because of his size. That's why. Because I started not having fights on my shift. My staff didn't get attacked or anything like that. So you took honor in that. Like, I kept people safe, being a protector once again.
That was like your thing. You wanted to make sure that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was like, that's how you knew I had a good shift. Do our 8 and hit the gate was the term. So as long as you didn't have no nonsense and no extra paperwork, it was good. So my thing was, how can I make sure that everybody was in good shape? So just running my mouth and making, if I knew you was laughing, I knew what you was thinking about. But when you sitting up there and you tight and you mad dogging people and all that kind of stuff, then it could be some trouble.
And then how long did you work for
probation department? Yeah. Probation department for 14 years.
Oh Damn.
Yeah. I did some time.
Yeah, man. You were in there.
Yeah, I was in there.
You were in there. Like, what's like the craziest thing you've seen in there, man? If you could speak on it, while you were there.
Just for me, it was really seeing the unfortunate that it's probably gonna sound bad, but it's the truth, and it is what it is. The public defenders, we always call them the public pretenders, and you would see a group of 5 or 6 kids come in, but after they went to court, 2 of them stayed, and because somebody, said what they had to say, and you'll get kids who would say that they were guilty when they weren't, because code to the street, I'm not snitching. Right. Fool, you about to be sitting here now. And, that time was dead time. And they don't have the parental support and things like that. And so you're like, okay. But then those who knew or had different shade of brown, they would go home because their moms and dads came to court and looking right and said the right things, and they go home. But unfortunately, the minorities or the unrepresented would be staying, and they would be like, oh, man, well, my public pretender told me to say I was guilty and I get out of here faster. No, you're not. Those public pretenders are trying to become DAs, and those DAs are trying to become judges. But y'all don't realize they go to lunch and they're not thinking about y'all. Right.
100%. Like that's not in them.
No.
You know what I mean? That's not in them at all.
Yeah.
So that's like it goes from a pretender to a DA to a judge.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to move up the chain.
And which, I get it. That's their hustle, but at the cost of y'all. And you thinking, oh, they got your best interest. They don't even know your name.
Can you imagine? Yeah, you're just a number.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like how many of these kids, and how old were these kids?
Oh, we went from 9 to 18 or 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a wide range, and state of California, you can get tried as an adult at the age of 14.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and a lot of those cats don't know that. So even now, when I go and speak to kids at the high schools or the middle schools and stuff, like I have one called 10 to Win, and it's just a breakdown. Like, hey, like y'all don't realize, like at the age of 14, you could be tried as an adult, and y'all on the gram, y'all trying to be tough and saying where you from. All of a sudden, you want to do sign language and stuff like that. Like they're putting you on gang file, and it's a wrap for you.
Yeah, man. We just had an event here, man. Here on this boulevard, man. We do a farmer's market every Thursday.
Okay.
And it was crazy. Like a couple months ago, these fucking kids just got together and on social media saying, yo, everybody meet on the boulevard.
Yeah.
You want to get down, let's do it. Boom, boom. And then at first it was kind of like, it ain't going to happen. But no, man, it happened.
Yeah.
And then it was a bad look for all the businesses because they shut everything down, and then no one wants to show up anymore.
Right.
So it's all bad. But that's crazy that you say that at 14 you could be tried.
Yeah, as an adult.
Damn, man.
and it's nothing you can do about it.
No. Huh?
Nothing. And unfortunately, for some of them, it's family business, right? Like, oh, big brother did it, uncles did it, mom did it, pops is locked up.
I'm just following in the
That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So this is where you come in, right?
Trying to.
And I've done a bunch of your logos, man. I want to say like the majority of them.
All of them.
All of them. You have different programs.
Yeah.
How do you go about developing these programs?
Realizing what's the need, kind of like at the hospital, right? Everybody in the hospital is sick, but everybody can't take the same medication. So finding out, hey, what is it that's needed right now? Let's do this. The fellowship, the one that you did, that's for the young men's program, because a lot of them may not have pops, big brother, or uncle to pull them to the side and be like, hey, let me just give you the gift of gab and game from what it's like to be a young man, how to talk and treat these young ladies the way you want somebody to treat your little sister or your mom, how to tie a tie, how to be able to advocate for yourself without an attitude and things like that. The inspire, retire. That was the whole thing for educators, like as a reminder, not as a threat. Sometimes they think of it as a threat, but no, like if you're not doing this to try and help somebody,
right,
then why are you doing it?
So like stop gatekeeping, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, your time's coming, man.
Right.
But you got to pass the knowledge down.
Pass that torch, and a lot of them don't. It's a lot of gatekeeping.
And how do you go about, like when you think, because one thing I notice about you, just developing your logos, you're your ideas,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the wordplay or whatever it is. Like you have a certain style,
Right.
and it makes it super easy for me to create
Yeah.
something for you because I already know, like I know what he wants. How do you go about it, and how do you do your research when you're like, hey, I'm gonna do a new program for this? Let me think of a name. How am I gonna name it?
A lot of people say I speak in bumper sticker, and I think that's just growing up around like the old heads, uncles, mentors and stuff. You know, country out in Texas, the country. My uncle Rayfield, rest in peace, and you know, just those different family members who always had something to say, and so it just being witty, and shooting jokes, being talked about because I had to wear them hand-me-down clothes. So got tired of fighting, so you had to be quick-witted. And
that's crazy, bro. You had hand-me-downs, man. Hey, let's go. Let's talk a little bit about your hooping, man.
Okay,
How good were you?
it paid for college.
Yeah. What college you go to?
I originally signed with the University of San Francisco. Some grade stuff got tricky. They sent me to San Jose, and then from San Jose, I went to UCR.
What's that?
Riverside.
Riverside. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how I have family in Southern California and so on and so forth.
Did you have like dreams of playing in the NBA, or was it just something that you loved to do and you just wanted to do it?
I wanted to go to school for free and make sure my mom didn't have to pay for it.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of people had NBA dreams and stuff, but you realize that basketball is a business and everyone's not good businessmen. And so, you know, even coaching now, like the game could take you a lot of different places. It's not, for me, it wasn't NBA or bust.
You know what's crazy to me is sometimes whether it's the NBA, the NFL, baseball, how these youngsters are getting in trouble, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, do they not have anybody in their corner that are talking to them? You know what I mean?
They talk to them, but a lot of them don't listen. And with we were talking about the social media, and I'm pretty sure, like you said, they sent the alert for this street fair. I'm pretty sure whatever fights they were, you could see them because they recorded them.
Right. They did. Yeah. Yeah.
So they dry snitch on themselves, trying to clout chase and be cool. And so
and that was like with that event, that was the whole thing. They wanted to go viral with it, you know, and they didn't. And it's crazy that you say, like, at 14 you can be tried, and they're not even thinking about that.
Oh, no.
You know?
They're trying to be viral.
That's crazy, man. What number did you wear, man?
50.
Is there a specific?
I'm a lefty. I like David Robinson. I'm a huge Shaq fan. Matter of fact, I still have all of Shaq's rookie cards.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he wore 50 in blue chips when he was Leon Badeau.
So you know the name Friends of the Program, they use it in blue chips.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the dude that's right there, like handing the money.
Yeah.
Dope, man. But did you play 4 years? You played 4 years at
2
or 2?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were your averages, man?
I've slept since then. I've slept since then. It's been a cool minute. I think double digits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a double.
Double?
Yeah. I think double.
Rebound. Yeah. What were you rocking? What shoes were you rocking?
So when I played,
yeah,
we had team shoes, and then we had like some scratch off Adidas.
Oh man,
some super scratch off Adidas. Now in high school, my senior year, the coach asked us. We had the Adidas Kobe's, the straight 8s or crazy 8s.
Oh yeah. I think they re-released those again.
Yeah, so we had those. They were white. They were white with the blue stripes. So that was probably like the best quote unquote team shoes ever.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how he went from Adidas to Nike, and then even now, like, you know, after he passed, I was just reading a thing on him, how much money Nike's making, man, off of Kobe's.
Yeah.
And you know, like back in the day, like when Kobe was alive, man, Kobe's were cool, but they weren't like, they wouldn't sell out. They were on the shelf. They go on sale.
Mm-hmm. You can find them. I just find them in Ross all the time.
Yeah, man. I'm starting to. That's your store right there.
Hey, on the freeway, I was looking to see if I found a Ross.
There is. We got a couple.
Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Yeah.
We got Ross. We got Adidas. We got TJ Maxx.
Okay.
We got Marshalls.
Yeah.
We got all of that, man.
Yeah. Ross has the big size shoes.
Oh,
and so I wear size 17. Yeah, so I'm not.
So yeah, how hard is it too? Like yo, when there's sneakers dropping, right?
Right.
How hard is it for you, man? Like
It's difficult, and I refuse to do aftermarket.
Oh yeah.
So I used to try to get my students. Hey, y'all try to hit for them too, and if y'all hit, I'll give you a little bit of extra. And so if it's a shoe that I really truly want, but yeah.
Yo, speaking of kicks, man, my boy AD was on here last week, and we touched on this subject, the Mexican Jordans, right? I'm pretty sure that you could find some of these Mexican Jordans in your size, dog.
I wouldn't buy them with your money, Ness.
No,
no, I can't do the 6 rings.
No, man.
I get on my daughter because she used to have the mids. I said, hey, we can't do mids. Like, what are we doing?
That's crazy you say that because my boy AD was like, yo, I went to the store and I bought me like 4 pairs of Jordan 1s, and they were all mids.
Oh.
Right? So he comes home like fucking happy as hell, like, yo, I was able to pick him up. Yeah, exactly. And his daughter was like, and his daughter's a sneakerhead, so she was like, what are you doing with those?
Yeah.
Like, no one buys mids.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, the colors would fly. Like, and she was like, nope, ain't nobody, Jordan didn't play mids. And then he was like, shit. He was like, damn. All right, let me put these fucking things away. And he said he hasn't even worn them.
Yeah,
he
got to send them back.
He can't even get rid of them because no one wants them because they're mids. You know, like, and you know what's crazy is you can have like the bread ones, right? And by the way, bro, like I'm gonna tell you, the day I passed away, I already told my wife, my kids, a lot of different people. I have a pair of the original Air Jordan 1 breads.
Yeah,
and those shoes are going with me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You want them on or just on
No,
your
they're
chest?
going on my feet, bro.
Okay.
Like, I don't care if people can see them or not.
Right.
They're going to be on my feet.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, they're worth some money, man, but they're going on my feet. And, you know, that's what life insurance is for. You guys will get paid from that. Yo, what is your favorite shoe of all time?
Cement Force. White Cement Force.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is there a story behind those?
From Do the Right Thing.
Okay. Is that one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, it's one of them. A Bronx Tale is my favorite movie.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to touch on that because
Yeah.
I have that was going to be my next segment, man. You know, Retro Kings, man, it's like the elements of hip hop, right? You got the different elements. I feel like when I sat down to do this show, I was like, yo, what is my brand built on?
Yeah.
And it's really built on 5 different elements, right? You got the business side of it, right? It's not always, flashy, right? You got to do the dirty work. You got art and design, right? Which I love. Yeah. That's my favorite part of it. You got sports, you got movies, and you got music.
Yeah.
So let's segue into that. I'm going to ask you a question in regards to each one of those 5 elements.
All right, cool.
And then, because I want to get to know you a little bit better. I know, our listeners and our viewers, they want to do the same thing. So, when it comes to business, what's one piece of advice that you can, give a younger version of you, not to do? Not to do.
Don't expect yourself from others. Like, you always hear people talk about, evenly yoked and being around certain people. Like, when you sound crazy, your ideas, if it don't make you uncomfortable, then it's no good. And sometimes when you're around those others, you just want them to just listen, but they poking holes in it, shooting your ideas down. You're like, damn, you're supposed to support me.
Right.
Or ask, hey, how can I help? But instead, due to the fact that they don't understand it or they don't have that vision, they're trying to talk you out of your motivation.
Right.
So I was like, that's why I said, don't expect yourself out of it because they don't have that.
And it's true. And I think that goes for everything. Like, you put 110% into whatever you do. Right. And even if you have workers, you got to learn to trust them, but they're not going to give you the 110% that you give.
Right.
Cool, man. When it comes to sports.
Okay.
Right. Hey, yo, shout out to the Dodgers too, man. They're playing tonight. And you're not a Dodger fan?
Texas Rangers.
Come on, man.
Texas Rangers.
Anyways, yo, shout out to the Dodgers. You know, we playing tonight against the Padres, the weak-ass Padres.
Is this the first game?
First game, yeah,
Okay.
man. Favorite team of all time. It could be football, basketball. It could be anything. It could be your high school team. It could be anything.
Cowboys. Come on, man. You from Dallas.
Cowboys.
No. You a Cowboys fan too?
Oh, yeah.
He from
Listen.
Dallas.
Oh, that's 2 weeks in a row.
Yes. And listen,
Oh.
everyone talks crazy. Everyone talks crazy about the Cowboys. I don't say nothing about nobody else's team.
Yeah.
But I remember the 1-15 year. So anytime we get 2 victories, I'm good because I remember that 1-15. And that's when, they did the Troy Aikman and stuff. But people are like, oh, man, they haven't won since such. Hey, I got to witness them win 3.
Is that what it is? They've won 3?
No, they won 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I've witnessed them win 3 in the 90s.
Favorite player, man, from the Cowboys.
Michael Cocaine Irvin.
Yeah.
The playmaker.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's 2 weeks in a row, dog.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna take that back. The apartments that we lived in, Larry Brown, who was the MVP, the last one they beat the Steelers. He lived in our apartments his rookie year because he was out of TCU, and he was just super dope. He used to let us play come hang out with him and play his Sega Genesis, Madden, and stuff. So I'll say he was my favorite player because even though he was in the league, he was still super dope to us young kids. Yeah.
Dope, man. Damn, Cowboys again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some Cowboy homies, man. I go to this gym, shout out to my boy Steve, Training for Life.
Okay.
And he had me on his podcast, and we're sitting like this. He's sitting there, I'm sitting here, and he's got the wall right here, and he's got a big ass Cowboys flag right here. And like every time I'm speaking, and then I turn, I'm like, fuck, man, like, yo, and I didn't even wear my Raider hat that day, bro. Like I was like, fuck, man. All right, yo.
Well, I'm gonna stop it for like you're huge. I know you like Kobe. And so
I'm a MJ fan.
I know
though.
I know you put MJ here, but
yeah.
As a Dallas Maverick fan, I don't care for Kobe.
Yo, let me tell you something. I didn't care for Kobe.
Yeah.
And my boys will tell you that I used to hate Kobe, not like as a person,
right,
as a basketball player. I'm a Clippers fan.
Okay.
Okay, so, and it just seemed like every time the Clippers played the Lakers and Kobe was on the court, I already knew, like, if the game was close, we're going to lose.
Right.
Because this dude is going to take over.
Yeah.
He's going to win it for him.
Yeah.
And I used to hate that, man. And I loved, to this day, I loved his mentality, everything that he did, because he did it exactly like MJ did.
Yeah.
And, and MJ took him under his wing and kind of, and it's hard. Like he ain't just going to do that for anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm a Kobe fan because he's from LA.
Yeah.
But I used to not like Kobe, bro. Like
he torched the Mavericks for 60 and 3/4.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
That's what did it?
Yeah, that's what did it. I can't. Hey, look, he torched a 60 piece in 3/4.
Hey, and that was more than what they had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Kobe was on a different level, man.
Most definitely.
Rest in peace. And it's crazy to see his shoes doing the numbers that they're doing now, But and what the crazy thing is, how people in LA, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, brown, whatever you are. When it comes down to Kobe, man, it was like
everybody
love,
connect
bro.
real quick.
Love, bro.
Real quick.
Wait, who's your GOAT then?
Kareem.
What?
Kareem?
I played.
It's
post.
not even Shaq.
Nah. And they changed rules because of Kareem.
This is true.
They changed rules because of Kareem. They allowed the
You know what's crazy to me? That you say Kareem, like, it's crazy to me that no one has mastered that hook shot after Kareem.
No.
Like, no one shoots, no one does it.
No.
Magic got the baby hook shot.
Yeah,
But,
well,
never
he did, but he obviously played with him,
Right.
so he learned it. But even like after, like even now, like it's not and it's such an art form, man.
When
you look at it, it's unstoppable. You cannot block that hook shot.
No.
Yo, I just shout out to my son, man. He just bought me this new toy for the counter, man. This little shack. I don't even know what it is, bro, but it's kind of dope. Yeah, I thought you would have said Shaq is your GOAT.
Nah.
No.
huge fan of Shaq, but
Kareem. Is he who? Give me your top 3 players. Top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, doesn't
starting
matter.
5?
Yeah. We could go starting 5, or
right.
we could just do top 5. Doesn't matter what position they play.
Okay. Point guard, I'm going Magic.
Okay.
At the 2, I'm going MJ.
Okay.
The 3, I'm going LeBron.
Okay.
At the 4, I'm going Tim Duncan.
Ooh. Okay. I like it.
At the 5,
Kareem.
I'm going Kareem.
Damn, we left Kobe out. We left Iverson.
We did.
Yeah, we left Olajuwon. Damn.
Those are cultural players, great legends.
It's hard, it's difficult to say, especially like, give me your starting 5. And you see Netflix is coming out with that starting 5. I don't know if it dropped yet or not.
Nah.
There was just it's like LeBron, Edwards, I don't know, but it's I don't know if it's a documentary. I don't know what it is, but
Okay.
it's called Starting 5.
Okay.
Kind of dope. All right, man. When it comes to music,
Yeah.
right? On your way over here from hot ass Palm Springs, what's playing in your car?
On the way up here, not gonna lie, it was gospel.
Okay.
Just to get my mind right. Those who know me know I don't really like talking about myself, even so to get my mind right and to do this was like a step. Because even like when I go and do keynote speaking, like I talk, but I talk more about the crowd. It's not really about me. So this is like therapeutic for me, and it's a big step. So just to get my mind right. But I listen to music in moods. My mom, prior to me being born, she worked at record stores. So she had boxes and boxes and boxes of vinyl. And so music is therapy for me. So like I legit listen to music in moods. And it's very well versed and eclectic.
Yeah. Dope, man. That's dope, man. It's good to have that. It's just not one certain type of music.
Yeah.
Movies. I know you said Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite too.
Yeah.
I gotta get the VHS because I just had I had my family watch it about a month ago.
Did they like it?
Yeah, they liked it. There's some really good parts in that movie, man. Is there one part that sticks out to you and why it's your favorite movie?
I think it was I got to grow up with my pops.
Okay.
And so although I didn't relate to C, I could see how a lot of people did because I had friends, sometimes chose the latter who had fathers. Like even to this day, like thinking about some of my people I grew up with who dad was in the house, but then like they doing time, like calendars, and keep going back like they left something. Like, damn, dog, like you got a boyfriend or something in the joint? Why do you keep going back? And so in that movie, like when he talks about the wasted potential coming from his dad, De Niro. But then even from with Sonny, when he talked about would you rather be feared or loved, right?
Right.
So there's different sides of that spectrum of information that could come from the streets and could come from those who on the sidewalk because it's not in the streets. Right. Yeah.
So I told you I was a Clipper fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Clipper fan. But I took a part from that movie and I said, I was like, yeah, he's right. Like, this whole was it with Babe Ruth when he was like, yo, Babe Ruth ain't gonna pay your bills.
Right.
So we were out on vacation in Palm Springs.
Okay.
It was my family and my boy. Shout out to my boy Daniel, him and his family. And he's not a sports fan like I was a sports fan. Yeah. But at the time, it was during the playoffs. The Clippers were in the playoffs. So everybody's at the pool, chilling, and I'm in the room watching the game, right? Because I'm a big time Clipper fan. Yeah. They fucking lose, bro, right? And I'm fucking heated. I'm mad.
Yeah.
And I go back out to the pool, and I'm pissed. Like, for no reason. I'm just mad because they lost.
Yeah.
And everybody can see it.
Yeah.
And then we're in the lazy river, and then my boy's like, yo, man, what happened? Did the Clippers lose to the Yankees? Did they like just fucking with me, bro, big time, right? And I'm telling my wife, like, yo, this dude's pissing me off.
Yeah.
Like, man, fuck him. He's pissing me off.
He's about to go sideways.
Right. And I was like, yo, this. So fast forward, they get taken out. And the next day, these dudes are, boom, they're out. They're gone. They're on vacation. They're in Cancun. They're wherever, right? And we over here pissed off. I'm sitting here mad. All this money I spent on this vacation, and they fucked it up for me because I was like, you know what? After that, I was like, fuck this, man. Like, I'm a Clippers fan. Yeah. If they lose, I don't care. Right. I really don't care anymore. And that's how I am when it comes down to the Raiders. Yeah. That's how it is with the Dodgers. They lose, they lose. Because at the end of the day, life goes on. These dudes are happy. Yeah. They're getting paid. Yeah. We over here like suckers, like just crying because they lost. And those fools are enjoying life.
They need to come see you on their logo design, though.
What's that?
Clippers need to come. Clippers, y'all need to come see this, man.
Yeah, but you know what? Even though like the new one, I don't know, man. I like the colors. The colors are dope.
They didn't change.
It did. It went to navy. Okay. From that royal blue, it went to navy, red and white. I don't know, man. I kind of like it. I can't say I love it. Right. But I think it's a step in the right direction. I heard some crazy stuff about Intuit, man. Like, you got to download an app.
Yes. And it scans your face.
Like, they got cameras everywhere where they're scanning, and then you just go up to the thing, you just grab your drink. Yeah. They got, like, the most bathrooms in every arena, like, from any arena.
Would you ever do that wall, though?
I'll do it. No.
Just stand?
You know what I want to do? I want to go to the first game, whether it's on in the wall, wherever it is. I want to go to the first game. And that's it. Okay. I love watching the game in the comforts of my own home. Right. They lose, win, whatever. But I want to go to the first game at Intuit, man. Okay. So that's my goal. Let's talk about art, right? That's the fifth element. Yeah. That kind of builds my brand. Yeah. And I've done a lot of work for you. Yes. When it comes to collaboration, right? Like, they came to you and said, like, Coach B, if you can collaborate with any brand, right, to drop some merch, who would it be?
Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a household name. But here's what's going to be crazy. and people, when they're like, oh, I love your stuff. I'm actually an art major.
Okay.
Web design and graphic design.
That makes sense now because.
But I got out of my own way. And sometimes you got to know how to get out of your own way because, like, you have a look and so on and so forth, but I wanted something different. And for the years, even prior to reaching out to you to have you do my stuff, I was like, yo, this is so dope. Just the feel and the look and everything. And so that's why I was like, you know what? I don't even though this is, I'm going to pass it on because I need to get out of my own way. Right. So that's why I was like, hey.
The thing is, too, I feel like we have our own style. Yeah. And a lot of times it's hard for us to kind of break that mold and do something different. Even if it's what we want, you keep going back to what you think about.
Sometimes you got to make your comfortable uncomfortable. And so that's why I was like, hey, Ness, like, people are like, you didn't do that? I was like, nah. And I tell them all the time, hey, this is who did it. And they're like, what? With you? Yeah, but I need a whole new look and a whole new get down.
Right, man. How does it feel, man, like having people rock something, a piece, whether it's a hoodie, a T-shirt, a hat, whatever it is, with your logo on it?
It's super dope. When I was at Palm Springs High School, I used to design different stuff, T-shirts for the different sports teams and things like that. And the other day I seen a staff member who had a shirt from 2016. And so to go on campus and see people are still wearing certain stuff that I've designed, like, it's super dope. Now, from the business standpoint of the best 24 and the Coach B stuff, it's cool, especially when I give it out and kids are wearing it. Hell, they put it on. I went to a conference in University of Missouri and handed out the T-shirt with all of these on the back and the B in the front. Them kids wear that thing like it was part of the uniform. Like, hey, man, y'all won't put no water and soap on it at least? But to see that it's something that that they like and things like that.
It's a dope feeling, right?
Yeah, super dope.
Man, I know. Like, every time, to me, it's like when you see someone rocking your shirt, especially a T-shirt, like, you're just like, damn, that's dope. And a lot of times when we go places, we go to, like, a mall outside, whether it's wherever, a different city, I usually bet one of my kids.
Okay.
I'm like, I bet you $50
Yeah.
that I'm gonna find someone wearing a Retro King shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and I mean it's dope when I'm like, there it is right there. Look, there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good feeling, man.
And it's also attached to a feeling and an experience for them.
Mm-hmm.
So even bigger than just it looks good, it's attached to a great memory for them to where they want to wear it
Right.
again.
And that's me in a nutshell too. When it comes to designing, especially merch for my brand, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
I want people to, you know, if it's a image of Allen Iverson, I want that person that bought it to take them back to when Iverson played against the Lakers and he did the step over or whatever it is that Iverson was doing at the time, or whoever it is, you know. But that's always my goal, is like, let me dive deep into this design so that when it's on a T-shirt, it becomes like it becomes a conversation piece.
Yeah.
You know. I think that was it. I think those were the 5 elements. I think we touched on business, sports, music, movies. I saw something on your website that's called the Coach B experience.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that. What is the Coach B experience?
So from my career path with education, with probation, with Parks and Rec and things like that, you always have to go to trainings every year, and they make you go through all these different trainings, and they're boring. And I'm just like, dang, like these could be so much better. Whether people reading to you, like I'm a grown man, and everybody people in these positions had to have some type of education to be in these positions.
Right.
Yet you want to read to me, and so I just hated it. And you know what I always say: if you either you part of the problem or you part of the solution. So my thing was, let me be part of the solution. Let me create something that could still give that same information, but also give them experience where they learn, they enjoy it themselves, and those, when you're looking at that clock, talking about, damn, when's this time going to be up? Right. They like, oh, man, it's over already? I recently, last year, had did a professional development with the school. And the teacher, it was a 2-day, and the teacher said, hey, I just want to let you know that I usually go take smoke breaks. These last 2 days, I haven't taken a smoke break. So that's just a testament. She says, in 18 years, I've hated professional developments. And so I was like, damn, that's cool. You know, most people are like, oh, you know, it was great. No, for her to say, hey,
that's dope.
Yeah, I wasn't jonesing for the nicotine. I stayed and participated and enjoyed myself for 2 days. So the whole Coach B experience is just having a good time. So like the Simple 7, my Simple 7, we're gonna listen, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna learn. You're gonna be seen, you're gonna be inspired, you're gonna be respected, and so that's part of that experience. Like, hey, it's not just you sitting there and I'm talking at you. We're gonna engage with each other and so on and so forth. So when people say, hey, Coach B, we want you to come out and talk to the youth, talk to the adults, talk to the parents, talk to whoever, that's
okay. So it's like a different approach on something that's already there.
Yeah.
Just to make it entertaining.
Yeah,
like,
just make it enjoyable and memorable. Yeah.
Yeah, and memorable so that they, you know, it actually sticks in their brain. Because you know how it is. Like sometimes too, like we go out to these things and you're sitting there like, man, I got better things to do than this shit. Like it's, you know. You
started realizing your stomach is growling, the chair ain't comfortable, the AC is too cold or it's too hot, and the person next to you is a mouth breather. So you thinking all different kind of stuff. Just pissing
and I
you
think
off.
like from the videos that I've watched from your events, you like to get the crowd involved.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, most definitely. Because it goes back to growing up, right? House Party is one of my favorite movies, and so. The DJs, the elements, how do you know, Fat Man Scoop, rest in peace. The king of the clubs, he got people involved. You know, you drop, be thankful, something's popping. So that's my whole thing. Like, how do you get it of an experience of like, oh yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, man, that's dope. I want to touch a little bit on mental health. and I know you're big on that. Especially men's mental health, because a lot of times we as men, we don't, oh no, we're good, we're good. No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. But in reality, we're not good.
right.
And I know Mike, with his One Life, he does a lot of that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike. What's your take on it, man? Like when it comes to men's mental health,
I think unfortunately, when we think of mental health, we always think of like weakness, and there's stigmas around the word or even the term. Asking for help is considered weakness, and as young men or men, we're supposed to be the protectors and the providers, and to say that I'm tired is a sign of weakness. Some of us puff our chests up with the pride and ego type of stuff, but it's okay to feel. And a lot of times we don't talk about it. We don't want to be vulnerable. Depending on who your mate is or the people you're around, you open up to them. Later on in the conversation, they may try and throw it back in your face. And so you be like, no, I'm good. And especially in minorities, we high suicide rate, high stroke, heart and stuff like that. And it's
why do you think that is, man?
Because we don't talk to nobody. It's not a circle group of, now there may be some who may, drink, smoke, get high, or whatever to numb it as a coping skills. But just as far as just the intentional conversation on, hey man, how you doing? What's really going on? Type stuff. Yeah.
What do and there's really no like release, right? Like when I went to therapy, the one thing that stuck with me in my therapy and my therapist taught me is that when you don't have a release and you talk about things, it's going to come out somewhere. Yeah. And the longer you hold it in, the bigger the explosion. That's why men, like you said, there's stigmas, right? We're taught to be hard, to be protectors, and not, just to be that that guy, right? But if we don't talk about things and we hold it in, that bigger. Why you think men are so angry all the time, right? Because that's the explosion. The Will Smith slap. That was the explosion.
That was build up. Yeah.
That was build up.
Yeah.
Right.
That had nothing to do with the joke, nothing to do with Chris. That was the build-up. That was the explosion. Yeah. And that's the thing we have to understand. It's why we have to talk about it. We have to be vulnerable. It's not a sign of weakness. Right. It's a sign of maturity, and it's a real man.
Right.
Because of that explosion.
Yeah, because I see it, man. I see it all the time. I see it myself, too. Like, sometimes there is just so much you want to say, and it just doesn't come out because of that. Like, no, man, I don't want to be seen as weak, or I don't want to this or that, and then until it's too late, and like Mike said, when it's too late, it's that explosion, and everything comes out. Yeah, you know what I mean.
It's a whole bunch of people behind walls and under dirt due to the fact that they didn't have nobody to talk to. Yeah, man. Hey, yo, shout out to Funky Gypsy too, man. I bought this. I got this little bracelet, from her. It's for good vibes. Okay. That's really why I bought it. Okay. Because I need good vibes, man. Yeah. But yeah, mental health is one thing I've seen is it's getting bigger and bigger though. It's more common now than it was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's a buzzword. Yeah. But I think there needs to be some more steps towards it. Not just just mental health, like intentional, social emotional learning. Right. It sounds good, but it's not new. Social emotional learning is, hey, Nance, how you doing today? Oh, I'm good. Well, what's new? Going deeper than just the surface stuff. So it's steps in the right direction. Yeah, I see it. It's just I think men's mental health still needs, it's a little far behind. Like it needs to get up there.
But I'm gonna touch on this real quick. What I've learned and what I try to teach, the younger men that I talk to, is 5-10 minutes of your well-being, whether it's meditation, and meditation is all kind of form, whether it's working out, exercising, reading a book, sitting still for 10 minutes. It really helps. Like that helped me. I used to be an angry guy when I was a teenager. Now, I'm so calm and I have so much patience. That's why I have this on my arm. Be still and know. The Psalm 46:10. Because it really does help. some things can happen in your life, and when things happen in my life, I don't react. I'm just still, and I'm just like, how most people, they listen to react.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm just calm. I don't have arguments with nobody no more. I really don't. And the older I got, like the less bullshit I put up with. It's like, okay, that's how you feel. Cool. We can talk about it. I'm not gonna. And I tell people. I told somebody the other day. I said, look, I'm not about to argue with you. We gotta have a conversation, but I'm not about to argue with you.
Right.
But so let me know when you're ready to have a conversation.
And I think that's the important part. Is the conversation part.
Yeah.
Because again, if you have all this shit built up, and the conversation's not conversating,
Right.
this shit's gonna come out, and then later on you're like, fuck, man, like all I wanted to do was have a conversation,
Right.
but it didn't happen that way.
But the conversation is hard, right? Because if someone don't know how to conversate, like conversation, the biggest part of conversation is listening.
Yeah.
You have to listen to what this person is saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And kind of validate it too. Like, okay, I hear what you're saying. And it's okay to have difference of opinions. We all our perspectives are different. We raised differently, come from different cultures. So it's okay. If you feel a certain way and you believe in something, it's okay. But understand how I'm feeling too. So it's a respect thing. I respect that. I hear you. Doesn't necessarily mean I have to agree with you, but I hear you.
Right.
And that's where the conversation is healthy.
Yeah.
To piggyback on what Mike is talking about, it's I validate however you feeling.
Right.
You have to validate it. Oh man, I didn't. However you feel, that wasn't the intent. But however you feel, that's how you feel, and I can't talk you out of how you feel. And learning how to advocate without an attitude, having that conversation. I always tell people you can only control two things, and that's your attitude and your actions.
Mm-hmm.
So everything else, what you punch in the air like Trey on Boys in the Hood for you,
Right.
you know, it's not gonna change nothing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like you were talking about with the Clippers, it done messed up. It done messed up your whole
Man,
vacation and money.
For real, man. Yeah. What do you do to get your mind off of whether you're stressed, whatever kind of mental health issue that you have going on? Is there something that you do to get your mind off of it?
Try to help somebody else. I can't think about my problems if I'm trying to help solve somebody else's. So service, the act of service is like my biggest thing. So if I can pour into somebody else, then I don't have to worry about my own. Now, do I think and meditate? I take some time for myself. I'll ride in silence and things like that, or think of how I'm feeling. I know I'm not the only one because everybody got problems, right? If all three of us put our problems, we're like, I'll take mine back because yours is way different. Right. So how can I create something that can address those problems because somebody else may have it? So that's why I'm hitting you like, hey, I got something else. I got another
project,
situation.
Right.
I got another project, and it's due to my own personal stuff.
Okay, dope, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
I would love to have a facility. I think it's weird. Like I used to work with Palm Springs Parks and Rec, right? And I thought it was weird that the rec center was closed on the weekends.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Right.
Like the rec centers closed on the weekends, and certain rec centers were closed by 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Like, why would a rec center have banker's hours? Like, I'm a rec baby. Like, I grew up at the rec center, and it's called the rec. So I would like to have a facility that families can go to, whether you want to call it a family engagement center or whatever the case may be, that has sports, has aquatics, has classes, and things where people can go to tap in with some different information and resources and things like that. So to have a facility would be like,
where would you be? Where would be like the ideal
place?
Where at? Like what city?
For the first one, I would probably do it in the desert, out in the Palm Springs area. And the reason that I say that is because I feel like the desert and the Coachella Valley is really for the elderly, the alphabet community, and those who have pets. I don't feel like it's really youth based.
Right.
Excuse me. And like there's not a lot of youth sports there. And those who do youth sports are because they have money and they can do the travel ball stuff. So when it comes to the volleyball and so on and so forth, for the basketball, they're behind just due to the fact of the money. So to have a place out there first to help the kids, the youth of the.
And there's enough kids out there. It's just not, because I don't really, like you said, like I know we've even rented a few Airbnbs out there, and then man, they got all these rules, man, like no loud music after a certain time, like make sure if you're outside by the pool, you shut the hell up because your neighbors want to go to sleep. Like we're like, damn. There's
no street light ordinances in certain parts. Like what? Because they don't want you to take away from the views of the stars. Oh, shit. No street lights. You know what I mean? So.
Hey, speaking of the area, man, how does it get when Coachella's in town, or like what's the other one? The country Stagecoach.
It's busy. It's crowded. A lot of if people are fortunate enough to have decent homes, they rent them out or go out of town and stuff like that. The school district, when I was with the school district, that was usually around spring break. So I would go back home to the DFW area and be out there for 2 weeks. Now that traffic is treacherous when you're trying to get around now.
There's a lot of people going out there, man.
And it's a different type of traffic though. Stagecoach is the RVs and the big toy haulers because those people got money. The Coachella is the younger kids with the different type of whips.
Yeah, man. Yo, I know you met Blinky a little earlier, man. This is that part of the show. It's called Ayo Ness.
Ayo Ness.
I get to flip the mic over to you.
Okay.
You get to ask me a question, and then I'm going to answer it as best I can. So it's all yours, man.
All right. So they say that legacy is about what you leave for others. I agree with that, but I also feel like it's what you instill in others. So with that being said, what do you want your legacy to be when you get put in that box with your breads?
I want people to know that I was a real one. Like I was real. Yeah. It's crazy because a lot of times a lot of designers hit me up. Yeah. They're like, "What do you think about this?" Even homies that are designing, they hit me, and I'm not saying I feel like I'm the best, but I'm not gonna say I'm the best. But they're hitting me up for a reason, right? And I'm real with them. Mm-hmm. Like if I don't like it, I'm gonna tell them, like, "Hey, this is what I don't like. I don't like this. I don't like. Change it up." Yeah. And it's up to them. Like either they have thick skin or not, whatever. But I'm gonna be real with them.
Yeah.
And I think this is why I've been able to have my brand for so long, because I am real.
Yeah.
I'm real when it comes to, researching for designs. I'm real when it comes to designing for you.
Yeah.
If I feel like you have an idea and I feel like, damn, like in my brain, I see it differently, I'm going to be real with you and tell you.
Most definitely.
And it's up to you if you want to go that route or not.
Yeah.
It's up to you. And a lot of times what people do is because you're paying me to do something, I'm just going to do it for you. And that's it. I don't care. Boom, here's your art,
Kick rocks.
That's it. But I'm not like that. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And so yeah, at the end of the day, I think when it's said and done, I want people to be like, yo, he was a real one.
Yeah.
And that's always been my thing. Like I don't want to come off as fake when it comes to even this culture. Like I understand the culture.
Yeah.
And I'm not fake about it, right, because I know I've lived it. Yeah. And I've experienced it. And now it's my turn to design around it. Right. So yeah, it's for me, it's yo, you know what? When someone goes up there and talks about me, I want them to be like, yo, that dude was a real one.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Yo, we're coming. I answered your question, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, no doubt. We're coming towards an end of the show, man. But before we go, right, I always like to, this show is really to put a spotlight on my guest. I need you to let them know how they can get a hold of you.
Okay.
You know, your socials, whatever it is, your website, anything that you want. That way, you know, if someone wants to reach out,
Right.
They can reach out to you. But it's all yours, man. Let them know.
Okay. Instagram is probably the biggest one. It's coach_BE, the number 24.
Why is it number 24? Kobe?
Hell no. So
you brought Kobe from the Dallas days, right? You were like, yeah, let me.
So the story behind that is my very first tattoo. My grandmother, I call it my Holy Trinity. My grandmother, my mom, and my sister Candy, rest in peace. So my grandmother was born on the 20th. My sister was born on the 4th. Added together, and it's 24, which is my mother. So that's where 20.
Okay.
So that's where 24 comes
All right,
from.
no doubt.
Yeah. Definitely not Kobe. But it's funny you say that because they had gave me my jersey number one time, and they gave me 24 because they saw the 24 on my arm. They're like, "Oh, here you go." I was like, "Why you give me 24?" Like, "Oh, because it's tattooed on your basketball number." Heck, no, it ain't my basketball number. But best 24, BESTWENTY, the number 4.com. If you're looking for someone to do professional development, working with youth, working with educators, administrators, community members, parents, things like that. I've stepped into a whole new arena next week, actually, into the financial. I'm doing a professional development for a bank and then I'm running for some other ones. So I'm really excited about that, to give them the Coach B experience for a different thing. So, yeah, just whatever. And it doesn't – obviously there's money in it, and there's a whole bunch of people that get paid quite a bit to do it. And it's not always about that, but I got a big back and size 17 shoes, right?
Yeah, man.
But just even if somebody just needs to just have a conversation and needs some guidance and some mentorship, it's not always about the dollar. Because I would do it for free, and I've done it for free for years. But like I said, I also
got to pay bills.
Got to pay some bills, yes, sir.
Yeah, especially in Palm Springs, man. Well, hey, listen, man. Thank you, man. I know you gotta drive back.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being
hitting
on the
this
show
Ross.
today, man.
Got to hit these Rosses, though.
Yeah. I'll let you know where it's at. Maybe you'll find some Shacks, baby, in size 17. But thank you for being on the show, man. I appreciate you. I'm happy I was finally able to meet you.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, you're a real one, dog.
I appreciate you.
All right.
Hey, but before he leaves, I'm putting him on the spot now.
All right, let's go.
You about to stand up?
No, he's not about to stand up. But because he's been speaking so much, truth and knowledge, about the youth and all that, I'm gonna need you to give me something over this track, even if it's your favorite quote.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, let's go.
Even if it's a favorite quote.
I think we gotta make this like you know what, Mike? I think from now on, we gotta make it a thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Jimmy, man, because he started it off.
Yeah.
We have to make it a thing. Whether it's whatever it is, man.
Yeah,
whatever it is,
it
you
is.
gotta say something
Gotta
to
say
the beat.
something.
Something to the beat.
Yeah.
Let me catch the beat. I do not rap. I don't even wrap Christmas gifts. I just give it to you in that bag. But I would drop one of my favorite quotes. Well, two of my favorite quotes.
Go ahead.
And we can say there's a 16.
All right, let's go. Yo, we're gonna do a mixtape. Like afterwards, we're gonna set up a mixtape, dog.
There it is.
Yeah, go for it, man. Hey, yo, go, man. I ain't gonna interrupt.
Basically, you're free to choose to do whatever it is that you want to do in life, but you're not going to be able to choose the consequence from your choice. So choose wisely. And from my man, Tyson Amir, on one of his mixtapes, Ghetto Messiah, it was a quote on there that said that you become a man once you produce more than you consume, and you give more than you take. And so those mindsets is what I try to do when I do what I do.
That's what's up, man. There
Love
you
it.
go, man.
Love it.
And with that, man, hey, yo, thank you guys, man. Keep watching. Make sure you guys comment. Make sure you guys follow my man right here. And to the next one, man. Peace.